We are hit. Fucking all forward phasers go to full blast and shit. Close the door. Fuck that door. Fuck the door. Fuck you, TJ. Fuck you, TJ. Get off my beloved screen. You fucking TJ. Oh, yeah. Gotta wait on a friend who was supposed to be coming later, so I thought I'd do a stream. Thought I'd do a stream. Oh, nothing but streams. What the fuck? Black Panther's on YouTube now? What the fuck? Black Panther's on YouTube. Okay. I guess that happened now. There's some shit I was gonna pull up. Where did I see that? Zero mass water. Let's look at that. Because that sounds crazy fucking weird. Zero mass water. Oh boy. It's water, but it's zero mass. Whoa. There's a time lapse of a hornet queen building a nest. Holy shit. I think we'll check that out later.
This is Zero Mass Water. It's a water startup.
Whoa, is this a... Okay, this isn't an advertisement. I was about to be like, what the fuck? Alright, pull that up to the side. I'll whip this bitch over here. Alright.
Operating out of an old car dealership in Scottsdale, Arizona. Is this the next level of drinking water?
Next level.
I'm kind of thirsty. Come check this out.
I'm kind of thirsty too. And you want to know what I do when I'm thirsty? I just drink fucking vitamin water. Or just water. Like, what's this zero mass? Okay, first of all, water has mass. You can't have zero mass water. God damn, this is good. This is good. Pretty good. Anyway. Yeah, zero mass water. That's just a contradiction in its own right and doesn't work. It's like a fallacy within itself.
We're here with Zero Mass Water. This is the company that invented solar panels. Apparently creates drinking water from thin air.
What? For thin air? How do you do that? Okay, before we even continue, let's try to even break that down. Like, are you collecting the mist in the air? Because if you're having a solar panel... Okay, hold up. Let's just check this fucking weird thing out. So, while this guy is glitching out of the Matrix, we got the solar panels, like, in the center here. And apparently the water is supposed to collect in this opposite panels, like these guys. What? Like, that doesn't work. First of all... Do you realize how long that would have to sit there until you got a lot of water in there? Yeah, it wouldn't work. Why does my camera make it look like I have fucking buck teeth going on? Jesus Christ. That's fucking weird. God damn it. I'm sober right now, so this is the retarded sober me and just being stupid. So let's continue with this zero mass water.
Solar panels apparently creates drinking water from thin air.
It was annoying me. It was sitting right there. I'd rather have my cat.
How cool would it be
over here?
Take that moisture and turn it into clean drinking water? Well,
clean drinking
I found a company here in Phoenix that claims that they can do exactly that.
So you're in the one place where there's like the worst place to try to extract water is in Phoenix. Golf clap for you, sir. Golf clap. Because Phoenix is dry as fuck. I don't think... I've been to Phoenix once. In 2015 during Christmas. And it was a great trip. It was fun. But it was dry and hot as fuck. It was not fun. That part wasn't fun. Everything else was fun. There was one time I went to a Catholic church forcibly. That was not fun. This guy right here, this is a memory of it. The Barleans, Arizona Opera. I mean, I went there. That was really cool. That was cool. But yeah, going to a Catholic church like the Sunday before Christmas was the god-awful most worst fucking thing I've ever had to deal with. Like, imagine, like, I actually was like, I'm gonna literally, like, desensitize myself to all this, and I'm just gonna watch. I'm not gonna participate in this, because I just refused. I was just like, no, I'm gonna openly protest this, fuck that. This is just, ugh. But then, I was looking around, and I was disturbed, honestly. It was fucking creepy, dude. It was so creepy. Catholic churches are creepy. Like, ugh. I mean, even just me going there for that one time, I was so uncomfortable. I literally don't think I've been ever more uncomfortable in my life. And they asked, so how'd you feel? I mean, you seem like you're being disrespectful. I'm like, I'm not being disrespectful. You're disrespecting me for forcing me to go. But I ain't disrespecting shit. I'm visibly not, I just can't, I just couldn't handle it. It was terrible. Ugh, man. Fucking pedo cult, practically.
What if you could produce clean drinking water right out of thin air and without using electricity? That's what one Arizona-based startup is trying to do, using a combination of solar energy, material science, and data.
Zero mass water.
Zero mass water. Brought to you by Thunderfoot. Yeah, that just happens to be our video today, is a Thunderfoot video. A lot of people say, like, I've been watching lately, at least, it just seems like a lot of people are, like, saying Thunderfoot is done. He's, like, he's so irrelevant. It's like, he's relevant to me. Bitch. Like, it's relevant to me. It's like, come on, what are you doing, dude? It's like, what are you doing, guys? Like, just because Thunderfoot, you know, has somewhat balanced himself and stagnated doesn't mean he's not relevant. Like, he's totally relevant to me because I love science. Like, I have such an appreciation for science, so I love watching his videos on science because that's awesome. I like that shit. So, yeah, I mean, also, I just love his accent. It's really cool. He's a cool dude. I like to, whenever I get my podcast going, you know, maybe someday I can probably get him on and just chat and shit. Just ask him some questions. You know, where'd you start? Like, what got you to YouTube? And, you know, some of your high points, some of your low points. Like, what would you say was your most influential person? Like, who in science do you revere and stuff like that? Like, I mean, Thunderfoot's a cool dude. Like, I feel like in a lot of ways the guy gets, like, a bad rap. Like, I mean, he's just pretty chill. I mean, I don't really have much to really say about him, to be honest. I'm out of bud, and I need to pick a little bit here. I mean, it's not like I can't, like, smoke up, but I need to put it right here. Oh, my bad. This is a green dyed legal tobacco. This tobacco is dyed green because it's like some special, like, super menthol. Super menthol. The ways we have to fucking hide the idea, man. Because YouTube does not want us to smoke. Like, when are they just gonna start cracking down on just regular tobacco at that point? You know, it's like, oh, you smoked a regular cigarette on YouTube, you're banned. Like, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that. Like, first, they went after... Who did they go after first in YouTube? I'm actually going to think about this really quick. I think it was probably news and politics, because the advertisers were talking, saying their ads are on Nazi videos, I.S.S. videos, and shit like that. So so a lot of the target was towards news and politics, and then it went to, and then it hit everybody, just in general, just like a black flake. And then they went after gamers a little bit, especially with PewDiePie and the Nazi whole spectacle of that, like 2 years ago. And then, why do I get hiccups every stream? I'm noticing this. What the fuck? Anyway, whatever. I'm taking this off. But anyway, it's my work shirt. And then after that, they went after gun videos, and then after that, they went after marijuana again. So it's just, fuck. I mean, now they're just going after just anyone they just simply disagree with, it seems like, because Bearing Baron the Bear, he got fucking shut out of YouTube. He's gone. You know, it's fucked. It really is. I mean, I'm sitting here using the platform that very well can just snipe me out at any given time, and then I wouldn't have anything to do about it, and then I would just have to go like, oh, well, back to average Joe life again. Oh. It's like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to, like, you know, be unorthodox. You know what I mean? Unorthodox. Like, at this point, YouTube isn't even unorthodox when it comes to being a career, because a lot of people do it. There's a lot of people that can do it. But you just have to go into that particular type of hub and find yourself in it. You know? I mean, and a lot of it was built up, like, from years ago before YouTube even got shit. I mean, like, Amazing Atheist, TJ Kirk, he was, like, 2010, 2011, 12 when he started. And then, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that started in, like, 2008, 2009, and then a lot of others started from, like, 2011 to 12. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that making it, but struggling because YouTube's fucking them. Because that, at this point, all they see is monetary gain. So, that's our life of YouTube. I mean, it's even just for regular people, because now they can't even rely on, like, the sub box. Like, by the way, anyone checking this video out is new, coming new to the channel, and you're interested enough to subscribe, that's not enough, man. That's not enough. Like, you gotta hit the notification bell. And not only that, but I think it's now going to start giving you options for occasional updates, or all of the updates of, like, whenever I put a new video out, or a new stream, or whatever, what have you. That's fucked. That's just fucked, man. Because the point of being subscribed is so you can kind of, I don't know, see the content you're subscribed to. So, like, what the fuck, YouTube? I mean, and, you know, it's not even just with politics and shit like that. It's just with, like, when are they going to start going after science videos like Thunderfoot here? When are they going to start going after random religious people? Just religious videos that seem a little far-fetched. Granted, I.S.S. has Islamic fundamentalist propaganda videos on YouTube. It's out there. But, I mean, when are they just going to start going at, like, when is it they're just going to start going to everybody pretty equally until the point where people had enough? I don't know, but hopefully they don't. But considering YouTube, maybe. A little rant in between the whole mass water bus, the zero mass water thing, but let's continue hearing about this. Because I'm not even 1 minute in this video, and I'm already going on some tangents. Some tangents! I'm just kidding. Nah, calm down. I'm sober. I need to calm down. I need to calm down. But, anyway.
Next Level, presented by Lauren Good, in conjunction with Intel. So you know this is going to be really well researched. And I got so many requests to debunk this crap.
Oh, by the way, Next Level is with Lauren Good. Yeah, the zero mass water thing's by this lady named Lauren Good, I guess. I have no idea.
It's going to give water to places that have no water.
Because of the fact that we can say, okay.
You want to know how you get water to places that don't have water? It's this crazy thing called share water everywhere. You know, like with places that have surpluses of water, like I would assume that, like, the UK, maybe, Iceland, maybe. I mean, I'm not saying that these guys have, like, all the fucking water in the world, but I'm saying that, I mean, if you go to these countries that don't have water issues and water shortages and problems with their water, let's start uniting these countries together, talk about how they can disperse their spare water to these places in need, and, I don't know, build pumps, wells, filtration systems, and all this shit, and some, like, decent, you know, up-to-date piping. Because Cape Town's out of water, and they kind of, it's not even the fact that they have horrible pipes and don't have wells and shit, because they're a modern town. They're like a modern city in Africa, because it's South Africa. It's not like, I mean, no offense to Africa as a continent, but I mean, most of Africa is not very developed, if you know what I'm saying. So, I mean, you know, that's what I mean. Like, these places that, especially like in Africa, where there's shortage of water or none at all, we got to go down there and help these people, you know? Help them bring up to more developed life and a more comfortable life. Like, come on. You don't need this zero mass water. Like, I don't even know what the fuck you do. I just know that you're apparently making water out of thin air or some shit next to, like, solar panels. And I already know that this is bullshit. Because like I said, if you want to extract the water in the atmosphere, like, around it, like, you would need, like, a vacuum to do that. To, like, kind of give a pressure to suck into it. You're just going to be collecting mist that just happens to just casually, you know, find itself drifting at, you know, this panel. Like, it's fail. Fail. Absolute fail. And when it rains, I mean, that just fills it up. So, I mean, you're good at that point. So, I mean, fail. Okay, let's actually find out what this is about. Because I just keep shitting on this. I keep going to tangents, too.
Okay. Yep, there's Syrian refugee issues in northern Lebanon. Let's go there. Yep, Maria hit Puerto Rico. Yep, let's go there. Hey, there's issues in Flint. Let's go there. Hey, by the way, you're buying bottled water in Berkeley. Let's displace that. Same in Oakland. Same in Scottsdale.
So it really does seem that this free water from the air junk science has just become part of the junk news cycle for scientifically literate journalists pimping out clickbait. Like this one from the BBC, who even late last year, in 2017, were promoting the water seer.
Water seer? Okay, let's check this out really quick. I don't know what this is, but we're about to find out. Let's read this, if I can. I highly doubt you guys will be able to, but it says the US-based water seer, I think, for example, is developing a device capable of collecting water from the air. Oh my god. Well, not okay, so it's just another example of this bullshit. So okay. So just another example of bullshit. Cool. Cool. Thank you, Thunderfoot.
Even after it had been thoroughly debunked. Which is somehow...
And even Thunderfoot's own video... Okay. Okay, this is just too funny. So... there's another one. Okay, so there's his right there, Thunderfoot. And then there's another one, Thunderfoot. It's Scott Lawson.
Changed its design from the one that I...
Oh, another Thunderfoot was popping out right below. Oh my god. It's been thoroughly debunked. Okay. I'm not shitting on Thunderfoot, but... your own sources, come on, at least have other videos in there that aren't yours. Hide yours so it doesn't look so conspicuous. I mean, people will probably catch that and be like, hey, wait a minute, that's your video. It's like, you bullshit, you scammed again. Scammed me. It's like, whoa. Okay, I need to fill this up. Like, the flame isn't big enough on this, and this just doesn't hold enough fluid. And I'm just gonna jerk this bitch and... ah, my fucking hand. Damn. Dude, just, what is this shit again? Butane. Butane's fucking weird, dude. Like, like, my hand is, like, half numb, but it's, like, still fine, dude. It's weird. Butane is fucking weird. Did I get fluid in here, though? Yeah, okay, I got fluid in here, so that's fine. Whatever. Did me some good. Exploded everywhere. Got my ham hat. My finger feels fucking weird now. What the hell? Butane. You gotta love butane.
Debunked.
Water seer uses the environment around it to extract water from the atmosphere. The water seer device is planted about 6 or more feet into the ground.
Look at this thing.
The sides of the underground chamber
What is this thing?
Surrounding soil. Wind spins a helical turbine, direct air into a condensation chamber. Clean, safe, pure water can be extracted from the reservoir through a simple hose and pump. Because the sides of the underground chamber are always cooler than the air, water seer is always collecting water, day and night, even without wind.
It was gonna...
It requires no external power. How much do you want to say this is legitimately bullshit? I mean, come on, dude. Air is legitimately... Like, you just have a fan. You have a fan. That's just what it is. And I don't even think this is a real picture. It looks like it's like a legitimate picture, and then they CGI'd the thing into this one picture. That's what it looks like.
Need no external power. It was going to make gallons of water per day, and it was only going to cost $130.
Well, that would be a lot of money wasted. Like, come on. Come on. Gallons a day? What the? Maybe on a rainy day. Maybe on a rainy day. But not, just, no. Come on. It's just, like, for a thing to spin like that all day and to collect gallons of water in, like, say a desert or something. Water in the air, it's so dry, there won't be any water. Like, humidity? Do you not know what humidity is? Come on. These companies really don't... They need, like, companies need scientists on their fucking board if this is the stuff they're trying to make. To find out if it actually is, like, going to work. Come on, man. This is terrible. Terrible. I feel bad for anyone who bought that.
Now, it's going to cost the best part of $1,000, somehow need 200 watts of power to do it, and still claims it's going to make gallons of water per day. And if you believe that, you'll believe anything, because all they've done is bury a regular dehumidifier in their garden. But I'll cover the cataclysmic failure of the water seer another day, of how they managed to convince people to give them $250,000 just to bury a dehumidifier in their back garden. Yeah. A dehumidifier. Water from air has always been possible like this. The only reason that we don't get our water from dehumidifiers is because it's a ludicrously expensive way of getting water. To the point where no matter where you live on Earth, it's almost always going to be cheaper and quicker to just get a tanker truck and drive it there, rather than relying on the free water from the air.
Well. So, I guess with the dehumidifiers, and I guess they can, which I wasn't saying they can't, but yeah, it just sounds like a ridiculous way to try to, like, obtain water, and he goes so in-depth about it. Like, this is an 18-minute little clip. I mean, I could probably just, like, link it on my description. That's what I probably should do. It's like link links while I'm doing all this, so y'all can see what I've been looking at. Let's see. I'm actually gonna go live on myself and just see myself do stuff. See myself at like 5 seconds difference. That's pretty cool. Alright, edit video. Okay. Oh, I was about to say, whoa, I can't. Alright, copy link. Better not say shit. Stuff I watched. Via stream. Via the stream. There we go. Oh, well, I should probably copy it before I do anything. Copy. Paste. What's the name of the video? Zero mass water busted. Zero mass water busted, bitch. Okay. First link of the video. Okay. That'll at least make it a little easier for you guys to just check out the stuff I've been watching. How to solve the housing crisis. Huh. That'll be an interesting video. I'll check that out afterwards, too. See what they say.
Believe me, let's take a look at some numbers. Optimistically, an installation costs $4,000 and $500 to install. Remember that number for later, kids.
There is still the cost to consider. Each panel costs $2,000 plus a $500 installation fee, so $4,500 total for a 2-panel array.
And if you check out their website, you'll see that's the smallest number they'll sell you.
On average...
So no matter what, so it's $2,000 a panel, and they don't even sell it as a single panel. You have to get 2 of them, and it's $500 to install them. I would rather have the water shear if I'm going to be collecting water with a dehumidifier, because that's at least $134. Come on! Scam situation. Scam situation.
Each panel is supposed to produce 5 liters of water per day. But it is safe to assume that if you're in a...
5 liters of water a day? What the fuck? What? I think even... I mean, never mind. Let's just keep going.
Less humid climate or more dry climate, that your water output could be less.
Yes.
So there's some confusion here whether 1 unit makes 5 litres per day or whether 2 units make 5 litres
5
per
liters
day.
isn't enough.
And according to their website, it looks like 2 units, the one that cost $4,500, makes about 5 litres of water per day. But whatever. For this example, I'm going to be generous and say that just one of their units makes 5 litres of water per day. So, to fill, say, a 10-ton tanker truck would take about 2,000 days. 5.5 years, which is good because that's getting on for the lifetime of the solar panels.
Damn, so let's try to just process that one more time.
5 litres per day.
Because even I was like, wait, what?
Or whether 2 units make 5 litres per day. And according to their website, it looks like 2 units, the one that cost $4,500, makes about 5 litres of water per day. But whatever. For this example, I'm going to be generous and say that just one of their units makes 5 litres of water.
So one of these little units would be like 5 liters of water because he's being generous.
Per day. So, to fill, say, a 10-ton tanker truck would take about 2,000 days. 5.5 years, which is good because that's getting on for the lifetime of the solar panels, with their website claiming that the expected lifetime of this unit is about 10 years. So what's the cost of 10 cubic meters of residential water? Well, in America, if you go through the calculations, it chalks in at about $50, $60, that sort of thing. Or if
so the monthly average of the water cost is about $50 to $60, and that's 10 tons of water, it looks like. So, family of 4 using 150 gallons per person per day, which is the blue, and the red here is the family of 4 using 50 per person per day, so 50 gallons, and the yellow is 100 gallons per day. So here's like the costs and everything, which in correlation to like this shit over here, to like this shit is about. Yeah, I mean, so essentially what he's saying is it is cheaper to just, like, get a tanker truck to transport this water instead of trying to collect it, because it would go up to about, like, he goes way better in explaining this shit than I could. I'm not good at math, that's my problem.
It is about 10 years. So what's the cost of 10 cubic meters of residential water? Well, in America, if you go through the calculations, it chalks in at about $50, $60, that sort of thing. Or if you want an easier conversion, in England, a cubic metre of water costs about £3, about $5. So 10 cubic metres of water costs
what the
about
fuck?
The same, sort of $50, $60, that sort of
just
thing.
blurred.
And yep, it's that easy. A cubic metre of water weighs almost exactly a ton.
Holy shit. So, yeah, like, I guess 1 cubic meter weighs 1 ton, so... Damn.
Cubic meters, 10 tons. And what's the cost of shipping that water? Well, a medium truck can haul about 10 tons and gets about 10 miles per gallon, that sort of thing.
Come on,
bitch.
bitch.
If you wanted to ship it 1,000 miles, 2,500.
Oh, bitch. Okay, well, my thing keeps getting out of whack, so whatever. But, alright, so the cost of 10 tons of water, about €3 or $5 to $50. Needs 100 gallons for 1,000 miles, or 250 kilometers. So... yeah,
kilometers.
Process it.
You need about 100 gallons of fuel, costing about $300. Whoa. So it's your call. You can buy the water and ship it halfway across America for about 1/10 of the cost. Or you can install these panel systems, which in the best case scenario produces 5 litres of water per day. And that's with basically ideal conditions for these panels, you know, with lots of sunlight and the right humidity.
Damn. I'm not stoned enough for this. Yeah, that's why I have a whole pile of wacky tabuki to get me through this, because even I'm like, whoa. But I mean, this whole zero to mass water thing is just obviously just like another scam situation. It's another scam situation. It's an individual scam situation. And it's just like, I mean, you just have to like delve into science, and this guy delves into it good. To the point where it's like, well, damn, I don't know much exactly what he's saying, but fuck, I mean, respect that.
In fact, hell, here's a fun fact for you. These panels would on average produce more water if you just stuck a bucket under them. The average land rainfall around the world is about 0.7 meters per year. And if you look at these panels, they're about 1 meter by 3 meters.
Let's check that out.
They've got a footprint of about 3 square meters. So the average rainfall on these panels per year is going to be about 2 cubic meters.
Okay, this makes more sense to me. So he just used the example with it's easier to collect water if you just had buckets on your roof, and honestly, that just sounds so much more true, because these panel, I mean, let's just look at the panel again before he gets the colorization difference.
And if you look at these panels,
like, here we go. So this is the panel. Let me zoom in on it. Hopefully my phone fucking focuses. It's okay. That's about as best as you can, I guess. Yeah, I mean, look at that thing. So these are the panels that collect the water, and there's the solar part of the panel. You're not collecting a lot of water with that. I mean, just for real. I mean, come on. What are they trying to pull?
They're about 1 meter by 3 meters, meaning they've got a footprint of about 3 square meters. So the average rainfall on these panels per year is going to be about 2 cubic meters, or 2 tons. Their optimal water production is about 5 liters of water per day, which is about 1.8 tons per year. That is, the best case scenario for zero mass water is about the same as the average water yield if it was just used as a piece of roof to catch water in a bucket.
$4,500
Wow.
for 2 panels here. You can use it on a residential home. You can use it on schools and community centers.
So let's compare best with best. Best case scenario for zero mass water, 1.8 tons per year. Best case scenario for using it as a rain catcher, 10-ish meters of water per year. Meaning you would get about 30 tons of water per year. Or we can simply use the average numbers for using it.
So, yeah, so just with a rain catcher, like a cubic meter rain catcher, per year would essentially get you about 30 tons, compared to yearly with the zero mass water catcher fuckery thing. That's just a total scam. It would give you about 1.8 tons per year. So you're not getting a lot with this at all.
That's just such a versus more realistic numbers for the zero mass water, which is about a half or a tenth. Because let's be real, if the humidity,
and this is just realistic numbers here,
is high, then the area is going to get lots of rain anyway, and these panels are kind of pointless. And if the humidity is low, then there's not much water to pull out the air, and these panels are kind of pointless. Look, all these things are basically desiccant dehumidifiers, which have been around forever.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what these are. I mean, there is far more that gets into detail about these, but there really ain't too much to get into that these are overglorified humidifiers or dehumidifiers, and they just don't do anything. They're pointless. They're just like super, super expensive dehumidifiers and overglorified. But yeah, now let's see about this housing crisis thing. Let's see what this little video has to offer. And I'm going to speed it up a little bit just because that makes it nicer.
Code of Real Engineering is brought to you by Brilliant, a problem-solving website that...
Good fuck, you sound too intense for this.
First century is the era of urbanization. In almost every country around the world, people are packing their bags and moving into cities at record rates. This is a global phenomenon across the spectrum of developed and developing economies. Approximately 54% of people worldwide now live in cities, 30% more than in 1950. And projections show that urbanization, combined with the overall growth of the world's population, could add another 2.5 billion people to smaller counterparts.
Okay.
Rural cities, towns, and villages are being cannibalized to facilitate.
Okay, let's just skip to the point.
A global property firm published its list of cities with the highest cost of accommodation around the world, with the usual suspects ranking high. New York, Hong Kong, London, Tokyo, and Paris all consistently in the top 5. But even smaller cities like Dublin are experiencing serious housing crises, with many people unable to afford to live near their places of work. With jobs flooding back into Dublin after years of recession, there is incredibly high demand on urban housing. In Ireland's cap record low,
To the point
some
here.
attribute Dublin's housing price increases to a lack of housing supply due to investors hoarding property, an increase in Airbnbs or vacant land not being developed. While these are all definitely factors, even if they were resolved, Dublin would still be falling short of the 25,000 new units needed every year to meet the current demand. In recent years, construction in the city has increased significantly with the return of cranes to the skyline, but many are commercial units and apartment buildings are simply not being built fast enough and in enough numbers to make a dent in the demand, causing rent prices to rise to the point that many young Irish are once again having to consider whether Ireland is a place they can build a future.
Alright, where's the point? That's what I came here for. Come on.
Square meter cost of floor space the higher you build, and increase the overall returnable revenue from a single plot of land. However, the cost increases as you build higher and higher. Lift systems, fire prevention measures, water supplies and pressurization, and heating and cooling systems all add to the cost of high-rises. Costs like these lead to a U-curve in regard to the cost per square meter and height, where the cost per square meter initially decreases with an increase in height, and then starts to increase after the height reaches a certain point due to the increased engineering demands.
Okay, so the first point is, at least with like electrical and engineering shit like that, like the piping and stuff. From what it said, from what he's kind of getting here, is that essentially there's going to be like a, you know, like maybe like the first, second, third stories are going to be probably semi expensive with the cost and height demand thing that he's mentioning here. I'll show the graph that he's talking about here. So there's the graph. If you want to pause it after stream or whatever, go right ahead to check it out a little more. I'll put it back for me. And what he's saying here is, as you see here, is that as you go up a little bit, it will actually decrease a little bit in costs. But after you go over a certain height point, essentially, it just goes, the cost starts going more as you have to have more demand for these things to be put into your building and shit. So for that point, I can see, because we have a lot of skyscrapers and stuff, and especially here in Portland, we have a lot. And yeah, and like one thing that's especially difficult, especially for Portland, because we're in a valley, is that there's hills on either side, and we even have fucking little mountains in our own town, like there's Mount Tabor, Mount Scott, etc. And we have to build around these instead of, you know, expanding out and being able to just kind of build one floor, a couple floors of buildings, called good. So it's pretty difficult to, I mean, I can see the point with that. So for me, what I would do, at least to kind of help counter that point, is to try to keep buildings like below 5 stories, you know, I guess, or like below a certain amount of stories. I don't know what the max height until it starts getting too expensive would be. Because it doesn't give specific numbers, it's just kind of giving an example. But if though, however, there were to be like certain, like, I won't want to make it like restrictive or nothing, but like encouraged to not go a certain height to help deal with the cost and demand, essentially, of acquiring the resources to help build up this. So I could definitely see that.
Curve therefore has a bottom out point. This bottom out point is different in every city and varies widely even within the city. But on average, the lowest cost per square meter in Shanghai and in the Netherlands, for example, is around 8 stories. In Hong Kong, thanks to the limited land area increasing land cost, it's around 12 stories.
Well, it already disappeared here. Let me go back really quick. So that's what he was talking about here. Number of stories, and he just mentioned that it varies a little bit from place to place, and that makes sense. So, all right, so it's of course different here, because this is a max is around like 17, I guess, and here is about 12, or 12 and to maybe 13. And
limited land area increasing land cost, it's around 12 stories.
And then Hong Kong is here, which is about 19 stories, and you know, so yeah, and I think just trying to find the sweet spot in every city and working within that sweet spot is probably the best way to help at least deal with accommodations of cost and things of that nature, at least to an extent. So for cost, at least, that for me, that would be like a proposal to help with housing in that situation, because I mean, not everybody's gonna get a house, you know what I mean? Like, I'm fortunate enough to, but I mean, there's gonna be people who are gonna just have apartments, so that's fine. Let there be apartments, let there be studio apartments, let there just be apartments, you know? I mean, there's nothing wrong with having apartments everywhere. I don't mind that, you know? Because people need a place to live, you know? And apartments are that. You know, everybody should be able to live comfortably, and that includes a comfortable home, decent little home. And a studio apartment, if, you know, it's just 1 or 2 people, and, you know, they got a nice little setup for themselves, it will work. It can work. I mean, because I see it a lot happen to work out. I mean, not every time, but, you know, a good amount. It also depends on your roommate, too.
Words. The additional cost of engineering can be marginalised by high cost of land, making it worthwhile to build higher. Take the extreme example of 432 Park Avenue, the tallest residential building in the world. Built on the site the historic Drake Hotel once occupied, centrally located with Central Park views, the site became one of the most valuable plots of land in the world at 520 million. Now it goes without saying, this building was not constructed for the average man. It has over 85 floors with 38,000 square meters of usable floor space, with only 104 units for people to live in, each costing millions of dollars each. But the point stands, where there is exceptionally high demand, you can build higher. The cost of land in Dublin doesn't come close to those of Manhattan or Hong Kong though. So in most cases, the bottom of our U-curve, i.e. the most cost-effective height to build to, will be between 6 and 8 stories, with a recent Irish government report even suggesting as high as 12 stories in some areas. Let's next focus on minimising the building cost of these buildings. One of the primary causes of...
So this will probably be the most important chunk of this segment, is just the building cost itself. And I think this is the very most important part, because... I mean, with Portland, a lot of the main reasons is why we have such an inflated housing crisis here is because, you know, they're built so luxuriously, essentially, to where it's only mainly the upper middle class to middle upper class, essentially. Well, like the middle upper middle class, basically. So, pretty much, like, the middle half up of the middle class. It can afford these. And... It's pretty ridiculous, because, I mean, the rent is insane. To buy a home, if you so choose, is insane. Like, it's crazy how expensive that all this housing is, and a lot of it is due to the cost of building it. And if we build them to be, like, the most, aesthetically beautiful looking thing that's, like, that has like the most top-notch technologies ever implemented into it and is built this like unique way, then of course it's going to cost a lot. And that shouldn't be the case. You should be building like a very comfortable home for somebody, and then they can do whatever they want with it. Like, you know, you want to make the building look nice, of course, and you want to make it look, you know, I want to say luxurious, but comfortable, you know? I mean, you want to make it look comfortable. And that should be the point of, like, apartments and homes. Like, if you are in a higher class area, then fine, build it like that. But don't root out, like, the lower half of the middle class, and then the lower classes out, rooting them out. And then the homeless, too, on top of that. And people who are impoverished that, you know, get kicked out of these neighborhoods and evicted. And then their old homes get essentially either torn down or remodeled to the point where they're like these new spruced up homes, you know, for someone who's meant to be more richer. That's insane. And that definitely can't be happening. So let's get into it, and let's see what he's gonna say.
Increased cost with increased construction height is the necessity of using floor space for the structurally integral building core, which keeps the building standing and houses elevators and other services. While there are many ways to design the shape of the building, certain floor plate designs end up being more desirable than others to maximize usable space. Say that the net area of the floor plate of this building is 1,400 square meters. The core of the building of this shape and size would need to be around 335 square meters. This gives a gross area of usable area of 1,065 square meters, and thus a net to gross ratio of 1.31. So a design like this is stylish, but when you analyze the space efficiency, it's not great for maximizing floor space. A building like this seems like it might have a bit more usable space, but the building core is still taking quite a bit of space compared to the livable floor area. This design's net to gross ratio is around 1.26. And the building with this shape may not be as exciting, but its core area is minimized compared to the usable space. Its net to gross ratio is only 1.14, which is about as good as it gets and is exactly the floor plan of 432 Park Avenue. While variety and expression in building design are important, these elements invariably add cost and require careful design consideration. When affordability is an issue, simpler designs are better. Wall-to-floor ratio is also a critical measure of cost efficiency.
So, okay, so essentially it was going into the actual just designs of these buildings here. So, essentially what I was saying here, like, this is not adequate, because, I mean, you can kind of see here, though. I mean, you can kind of tell. So, yeah, I mean, and then here's the next one, which, of course, is relatively the same. And then it shows the square, which is the most essentially adequate use of the space, which, you know, yeah, kind of agree to it. I mean, what else are you gonna do, you know? I mean, you kind of, it's best to just kind of build in squares, but that's probably just my OCD kind of kicking up on that situation.
Building design are important. These elements invariably add cost and require careful design consideration. When affordability is an issue, simpler designs are better. Wall-to-floor ratio is also a critical measure of cost efficiency. It expresses the perimeter length of the wall that has to be constructed for every unit of floor area. So from a cost perspective, the lower the ratio, the better. Using simple geometry, we can see that a 3x3 square has a total perimeter of 12 meters. This would have a wall-to-floor ratio of 0.33. A cross shape with the same area of 9 square meters has a perimeter of 20 meters. This would have a wall-to-floor ratio of 0.45. When constructing buildings, this simple principle is the same. The more perimeter wall needed per floor area, the more expensive things get. A comparison of Asian and London towers provides an interesting contrast on approaches to wall-to-floor ratios. Tall Asian buildings score between 0.3 and 0.35, while London buildings score between 0.35 and 0.6, with the majority above 0.45. This is because the Asian buildings have larger, more regular floor plates with centrally located cores. So the design of our tower has huge effects on our cost, but so does construction techniques. Traditionally, towers are built using repeating floor design with molds called formwork being used to cast the concrete structure. Despite this essentially being an automated assembly line, it can still be labor intensive and slow and is exposed to variabilities of site and weather conditions. Prefabrication and off-site construction is increasingly becoming an appealing option. This can offer high-precision solutions created in factory conditions and often reduce on-site delays and help progress construction even in a market with a skills shortage. On some
So I guess he's kind of getting more into about designs as a whole on that. So does he get into anything else though? I mean, it's not really much of a this doesn't really sound much of like a housing crisis situation type of video. It sounds more just like how to build adequate spacing and adequate funding for just building shit. I mean, which can be put into the housing crisis. I guess let's see if he makes a point here near the end at some point.
Building. With our city populations growing more rapidly every year, we cannot hold on to past ideals. While the optimum height for minimizing the...
I definitely agree with that. Yeah. I think we shouldn't be holding on to past ideas of just like... just of various different forms. Like, oh, you gotta pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Like, people, especially me, look at me. Like, I work... I mean, I still have a job myself here, and on the side of YouTube, and not that YouTube's a job, it's not, but I mean, not for me yet, at least, but for now, like at the moment, I mean, I bust my ass day in, day out, and I still could barely make enough to start saving up money, you know, for shit. It's insane, you know, and that ideal needs to just be passed out and forgiven, because we need to start having a safety net. There's nothing wrong with having a safety net to take care of your own citizens. Like, that should be part of the main course of what a government should do. I mean, you can't just forget your own people like that.
Cost of apartments maybe 60.
I mean, and with the other point on like another point would be you know, private, like I mean, I want to say this, but not come off like super weird about it. Let me try to word it out. Like, certain private ownerships of property, but not as in like it's your personal property, because I still think you should buy and own your own personal property. Like that, I still do believe in that. Like, that's something I do believe in. Like, you got your personal property, I mean, on top of what you can rent. But when it comes to, like, someone owns a house and, you know, they, you know, or, like, there's a company that, or a bank that owns a house, like, that shouldn't be a thing to me. Like, I don't mind if some dude just has 2 houses and he just rents the other out. Like, I mean, that's fine. Like, I don't care about that. It's the, like, private companies and private banks that own these homes. And then, for whatever reason, like, with my other friend, Harley, who should be coming in on my stream later, because I'm also just going to chit-chat with him and shit. He got evicted by Wells Fargo Bank in his old home. And that... And we never really knew a full reason. They just kind of gave a bunch of fluff bullshit. And to be honest, I did forget some of it, but maybe him and I might start talking about it. I have no idea. But, yeah, it's just fucked how, you know, this housing situation is easily fixable. I mean, there's a lot of quick policies that you can implement to help out integration into a safety net. And then we can look into, like, engineers and shit to work on the best way to accommodate for all these buildings that are going to need to be constructed, and do it the most economically and most feasible way possible, while making sure that it's in good standing and that it's like a grade A building, because our infrastructure gets a grade of D+, and we're considered the greatest nation on earth. I don't think so. I mean, I want this country to be great, but we should actually be, like, making it great instead of kicking our asses out of summits and, you know, escalating more war with Korea and around the world and becoming the the world police state, essentially. Like, that isn't how you make this country great. But that just kind of goes into other points. There is some shit going on outside. What the fuck? What is going on out there? I have no idea, but I'm not going to pay attention. But alright. It's a fucking giant hornet, or wasp. Yeah, a giant hornet queen making a nest. Top 5 largest beehive infestations. Holy shit. There's just so many different videos of just little boogers. Little buggers. It's like, fuck. No. Yeah, let me pull up this whole summit stuff, actually, since I just kind of started talking about that. Summit. Korea thing, I don't know how that works. For... Oh man, there's a lot of different stuff. Whoa! Well, that was some shit. Well, it sounds like I need to open the door really quick. So, when I do that, we'll be getting right into this shit. But let me see what's going on. Let me see if my friend's here.
Knocked on your window.
I know you locked on my window. Nice fucking haircut. Holy shit.
Oh, Andrew.
Oh, you're in trouble.
You're not gonna fucking eject me with shit. No.
Do it.
No.
Eject him.
I'll prevent seizures.
I don't need...
Did you see that van outside Safeway?
No. There was a van outside? What was going on? What? Whoa. Is there a pedophile?
No.
I like how he means it's a pedophile.
I don't know. Have you ever seen the Beverly Hillbillies?
Yes.
I don't think I've seen him, but I know of him.
I have. Do I get any credit for that?
In the beginning credits, when they're moving to Beverly Hills.
Oh, and the car's full of crap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one of those parked out. I left you a message. The only thing that was missing was...
Oh, so that was you who called me?
In the rocking chair on the very top of the pile.
Oh my god. Dude, I wish I saw that when I went out of work, but oh my god.
Oh, geez, that would...
I left you a message.
I didn't... I was doing... Oh my god. Damn, I wish I got that.
I called you. I'm just like, Andrew, you gotta see this.
That would have been amazing. Damn.
The only I've only seen this. This is the third time, and this was actual real life. But the other 2 times was the Beverly Hillbillies with any credits, and the Three Stooges.
Oh my God!
So
we found the Beverly Hills Hillbilly van.
It was like an orange van.
Bandito.
Parked, in front of the nail place.
Yeah.
At the closest spot to Safeway, but I couldn't tell, but it looked like they had cut the top off the van.
Oh my God!
It was like a normal.
Oh God.
Volkswagen or some shit.
No, it was like a Chevy van or a Ford van or it was something like that.
Are you on
like a normal size van. Chevy van back in my time would, give you the size perfectly, but it was twice as high.
Oh my God!
And there was stuff piled out of the back.
Oh my God!
Pack rat.
I think they were hoarders. That's for sure.
That was missing was Granny on the top. But it was literally twice as high as the van with crap. And just mainly bags of shit. It's like...
damn.
Fuck damn tweakers.
Tweaking hoarders, probably.
Fucking tweaker hoarders, man.
Oh no. Oh.
I mean, and it looked like all the stuff, even like a homeless person would be just like, oh, my stuff is better than yours.
Oh, God damn it, Harley. What are you doing?
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dun.
No, I need the axe, like the thing they used to chop your head off with.
The headsman's axe.
Yeah, the big Nordic
actually heavier
axe.
than it looked.
I have a Nordic axe. It's just not a big one.
It's not the right one. The chainmail's actually pretty heavy for.
Well, yeah, it's chainmail. It's meant to be heavy. I mean, it's probably not literal real chainmail, but I mean...
Not real chainmail, it's like,
it's aluminum, I think.
It's aluminum
try this bad boy on.
Oh, now my dad wants to fucking wear the thing. I've had it this long, and now you want to try it?
Try it on.
I've even put a couple of dents in it to make it look more like war-torn.
Holy crap, this thing weighs 10.
Hold up.
I already can fit over your glasses, but...
Oh, God.
Wait.
Wait.
I don't think it fits on his head.
It kind of...
Yeah, I have a big head, but...
And that's a big helmet, too. And it's...
I could wedge.
It could wedge. That works. That works. That works. Damn.
Okay, go ahead, take a picture.
Well, I won't be able to take a picture because I'm in midstream, but damn, I might have to get a picture later. Here, I could.
Oh, I gotta look in the mirror to see how stupid this looks.
Damn. That's crazy.
I need the big glasses because these don't quite fill the eye holes.
Oh.
And you don't have ear deals for this. But I gotta see this.
And Bandit's just casually shitting in there. He's just poking his little head out. But yes, I am streaming, by the way.
God damn it.
Damn, that haircut actually does look pretty slick.
What do you mean?
And you said I was gonna kick your ass over that. I'm gonna just like keep Bandit in here. I'm locking him in.
I think your kitty's gonna like that.
My cat ain't even in my room anymore. She bolted.
Alright, when I knock him a little few.
Yeah, we're gonna need bigger glasses.
Get like one of those super big ones that are like oversized and like
You ever seen Jaws? We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah, of course I've seen Jaws. I I haven't seen every old thing, but I mean, I have
not
my
seen
share.
Jaws.
You have not seen Jaws.
I have not seen Jaws.
She has not seen Jaws. You need to see Jaws.
Dude, I finally watched The Breakfast Club.
Really?
Yeah, I finally seen that movie.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
It's alright.
It's alright.
It's not.
I haven't watched it in forever, so I mean, I'll have to rewatch it again.
It's not what I thought it was gonna be, but it was good for its own.
Yeah, get me in the room.
He's like adjusting it now.
He's getting comfortable. He's like, I kind of want one myself. I think I spent like what, $50 on that?
Is that really $50?
It was on eBay. Yeah.
You know what?
You can find a lot of cheap shit on eBay.
Yeah, back in the days when they had the nights.
Yeah.
One problem going into battle or whatever, you had to have a crane to lift them onto the horse. I'd hate to be a horse, but...
Oh, I would too.
I'd hate to be a
because not
horse.
only are they carrying a man full of armor, sometimes they had armor on themselves. Sometimes, not every time, but they, like... There would be war horses that, like, you know, if it's this distinguished leader, would have, like, the horse have, like, fucking armor on it, too. If it's, like, especially of a noble or some shit.
Yeah, the horse is probably thinking, give me a fucking break.
It's like, I'm charging in with other my friends, and there's a bunch of men killing each other on top of us. What are we? Slaves? Are we just enslaved to these humans? Running around? While we were enjoying ourselves?
The Mongols had the idea, and they were experts.
Well,
I love the Mongols.
Shout out to Harley's bowl cut. Stefan is watching.
It is not a bowl cut, you ass.
That really is not a bowl cut. What are you?
It's
not. It is
not a bowl cut. We are all three.
Perm.
All three of us are triggered now because of you.
We are triggered. It's like the medieval monk where it's all even.
Do you want to see? I'm looking up the awful bowl cut. I'm gonna look up just.
This is not a bowl cut.
You want to know? You know what?
No, it's not.
It is a perm. Get it right.
I'm gonna look up Nicholas Cruz, the Parkland shooter, because he had. Oh wait, no, it wasn't him. It was Dylan Roof. He had a bowl cut.
That looks like a normal haircut to me.
You want to see a bowl cut? You want to see a bowl cut? Oh, well, hold up. Let me get a full picture. This is a bowl cut. Look into the eyes of this man and witness his bowl cut. That's a bowl cut, good sir.
That's not even a good bowl cut. That's a lousy bowl cut.
Well, he's a psychopathic killer, so I mean, what do you expect? I mean, he still has his body armor on him when he went into the building and shot up them people. So, I mean, I think that was like right after.
Who is that?
Dylan Roof. He was a shooter who killed a bunch of black people in a church, I think. And was like pro-Rhodesian. And he like wanted the resurrection of Rhodesia. And was a neo-Confederate, a neo-Nazi too. Spouted a lot of that shit.
The internet is evil.
The internet is evil.
Don't deny. I don't deny that. I definitely don't, because I mean, there's a lot of fucked up people.
This happened before, but now it's happening because all these psychopaths are just. I don't want to do this.
Well, I mean, the media does definitely help when the fame, when you know they just like boot. Just like every week. Do we hear about like a shooting every week now? Because that's essentially it. What?
I almost got a mohawk.
Almost got a mohawk?
I almost got a mohawk. I was like, James Dean or a mohawk? And I was like...
A mohawk. No.
I was like, James Dean or a mohawk?
Okay, that's a James Dean.
It's a James Dean.
Yeah, he's got the James Dean going.
That's definitely not a bowl cut.
No.
That is not even... That's
like
not
a
even...
medieval monk look.
Yeah.
Where it all comes down and it's like even around the top of the head.
It's just I had a bowl cut, and you know what? I hated myself because I had a bowl cut. It was so terrible. Oh, bowl cuts are awful. The worst shit. You're guaranteed to be a serial psychopathic killer or some shit if you have a bowl cut.
No, you're not.
Well, I'm just.
I'm
making
to be
a joke.
A medieval monk if you're
medieval.
One or the other. I mean, you had that, and then you have the monk.
Oh, it's still here.
No, what? Wait, that's been here?
Yeah. It's from last time I was here.
And when was the last time you were here? Like 3 days ago? That's probably old.
I don't give a shit. It's old. It's
Yeah,
something to
okay,
drink.
if I went into battle, this would not work very well.
Well, if you didn't have the glasses, it would be. I mean, the eye.
If I didn't have the glasses, I couldn't see, but I need the glasses so I can see.
Well, I mean, also the eye holes are way too big. I mean, they need to be way smaller so nothing can. Because I actually tested if
I needed the Coke bottle glasses. Oh, that would be great.
The Coke bottle glasses.
Sadly enough, I know what he's talking about.
Post a screenshot with the big Coke bottle nerd glasses.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, I mean.
So you get the
Come on, my haircut's not
eyes
bad.
really big.
I didn't say. I said it looked slick. That's not bad. Hey, Bandit, come here, fat boy. Oh.
Oh no, maybe not.
Oh no, your ears would totally get fucking murked.
Oh no, you need your ears so you can hear what's going on around you.
Oh, that's why the helmet's not all the way around your ears.
Well, I mean, that's just the way the Nords had their. I mean, not every Norse helmet was like exactly like that. Most actually probably didn't have the face guard, and especially if they were noble, they would have like a chin or like a side chin guard as well to kind of keep them good. I saw it. I'll see it right here in a sec. But yeah, I mean, people had did helmets all sorts of different ways. I mean,
you seriously don't think I could pull off a mohawk?
I mean, maybe a faux hawk.
Wait a minute. What's the difference between a mohawk and a faux hawk?
But
a faux hawk essentially is not a complete mohawk. It's like you still have like this going on, but you kind of have it all kind of spiking up like that, and it just kind of fades out near the back. It just kind of.
It's like one that goes like
here, I'll pull up a
you
faux
have
hawk.
to paint it a bunch of colors and make it spikes.
Okay, this is essentially like okay, these are terrible examples, but this is an okay example.
It doesn't really look like a mohawk.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not literally a mohawk. I mean, this is an okay example too. I mean, here's another okay example. That's actually one. That's actually kind of a better example.
Actually, the mohawk, you have your normal hair, only you shave. So
you're going to Native American tradition of it because there was the Mohawk tribe that did it that way. Yeah.
They shaved the center.
Because they didn't want to get scalped when they were killed, essentially, or defeated in battle. That makes sense because
so you had hair on either side.
Faux hawks are for posers, Stefan says.
And
faux hawk are fuck you, Stefan.
And you had a bald.
Fuck you.
You had a bald strip going down the center, but now it's you see the mohawk. You have the hair going down the center, and you shave the sides.
Yeah.
But that's not the way the mohawk originally was.
Hey, what did do, Joe? Joe actually came on. I didn't actually expect you to be on at like what my version of midnight. It's like 3 in the morning for you. Go back to bed. I got up. All right.
You know who came up with scalping?
Fuck, I don't know. Scalping? Damn. I mean, that's a cult. That's like a culture. It's 3. Yeah, I assumed it was 3. East Coast us.
The Indians never came up with scalping.
What? They didn't? I thought they did.
Well, I didn't think they literally came up with it, but they adopted it somewhere down the line.
Yeah, they're from the white guys.
From the white guys? No, so
because of the British were if you killed, you had to have proof. So just like, we don't want to carry around all these big heavy heads, like decapitating them.
I guess that would get heavy after a while.
So we'll just take the scalp and just like.
Well, yeah, the head is like
okay,
15
I have
pounds or
this
something like
many
that.
scalps, so I get this much money from the government from
Or
scalping
the head
all
of
these
state that
people.
I was hired to do the bounty on, or whatever, or whoever was getting the bounty collected from, or whatever. Yeah.
If you have a bounty, you have to have a whole body, or at least a head.
Or evidence of the kill. I mean, also they did like ears and fingers.
Snapchat for the kill.
For the kill. Missed your chat.
Yeah, the evidence became the scalp, and then the Indians were just like, okay, if that's the way you want to play this game, we'll do it.
Fuck, I don't even, like, some people were still alive when they got scalped. Fuck, I don't even want to know what that feels like, dude.
Fuck.
Oh, God. That just...
And just like, okay, I'll give you a break. I won't kill you, but I still want the bounty on your scalp. I'll just cut the top of your head off.
God, fuck, that has to hurt. Oh, my God. I mean, any fucking, like, you know...
There we go.
Oh, God, you got my shades.
Oh, you got the cool guy glasses on.
Yeah, normally I do, but he's rocking them now. Go ahead and keep rocking them. I don't give a fuck.
Hey!
No,
it's the Fonz.
No.
It's the Fonz.
No. It's...
Hey!
Well, it had
Shout out to
something in my
Fonzie in the
mind.
bathroom.
Yeah, he always did the double.
In the bathroom.
Shout out to Fonzie in the bathroom. Only people who live with me know about that. Let's see. What'd they say?
So what's the subject debate? Trump's orange hair? I don't think it feels like much. The top of the head has a very low concentration of pain receptors. I mean...
Wait, who's saying that?
Stefan. I mean... Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, but I mean, I've gotten hair pulled out of my top of my head, and that hurt like a bitch. I mean, imagine having, like, the top of this...
You don't have my hair jeans?
Huh? What?
You don't have my hair jeans?
Your hair jeans?
You could grab my hair and pull it out, and I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, like, even I'm doing it now and it hurts. Fuck.
I do that to myself all the time. Why am I still wearing this helmet?
I don't know why you're still wearing this helmet. You've just been wearing it this entire time. I mean, that helmet
wait a second. I know why. Okay. Headbutt.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, yeah, I'll pass on the headbutt. I mean, like, you can use this thing as a weapon. Like, you can, like, lunge it at someone like this, and the spike can, like, stab somebody.
Is the spike even sharp, though?
Yes, it actually is. It actually is pretty sharp.
Yeah, that's the idea. You can headbutt somebody.
It's not that sharp, but it can still do
Yeah,
damage.
but if you're, like, swinging it, if I swung that at your chest, it'll pierce through you. I mean, most of the spikes, like, you know, pole arms were probably about that sharp. Maybe a little sharper than that, probably, but...
Do I even want to know what the fuck you're watching before I
If
broke
you
in?
dropped your axe...
I was
you
watching...
don't have your sword on you anymore, you know, whatever. You can headbutt somebody, and with that big spike on the top, yeah, it could do some damage.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Did you come in through the window or the door tonight? That's your question. He went for the door.
Who's asking first?
Joe.
And the Viking...
I came through the door
the
this time
Viking
because his flag's
they
in the
gave
way.
them a whole bunch of mushrooms, so they're like all amped up on LSD.
And psilocybin and shit.
So, not... LSD is a man-made thing. Psilocybin
Yeah,
is
LSD, yeah.
the mushrooms.
Yeah, that was like, whoa.
It's
LSD, that was in the 60s and 50s.
A ton of that, yeah. This is, like in like 1060 or something like that.
You banged on my window, though.
They gave them a bunch of that, and the berserkers were just like,
yeah, and not only. I don't know where you.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Lots of them went.
And also, not only that, and also there.
Imagine like, okay, we're gonna fight this battle, you know, just like.
Could you just imagine wearing all that armor though?
And all these people come to attack you, and they're like naked with this huge, massive Nordic sword,
or axe, or whatever weapon they had.
Yeah,
whatever weapon they had.
The huge axe it had
Just take a
huge
goddamn
axe on one
handful.
side, a spike on the other, and just like, fuck you.
Not to mention that, but you
they're
know,
all hyped up on shrooms. It's just like,
Winko, dude.
fuck this. I'm out of here.
I'm eating this for like 30 days.
I'm gonna turn around and run.
And not only that, some of them wore like animal pelts on them, like wolf or bear pelts, and some of them just were wearing that
helmets like that.
You know, or that on top, you know, and then like the pelt on top of it, and that's it. You know, I mean, berserkers, and also not to mention their strong like beliefs and you know their Nordic gods. I mean, you can only imagine what fucking was going through their heads when the battle was going on.
So check it. I was getting my haircut, right?
Yeah.
And they're playing 50s,
Not
50s
a lot
music in the
other
background.
than kill.
Because they, imagine when they die, they're like, I'm going to Valhalla now high on shrooms. I mean, because essentially that's what they were probably thinking about. Someone left.
Yeah, I suppose going to heaven or Valhalla, or if you're high on shrooms when you go there, what the hell?
I have a lot of stems in here. I collected all the stems from my bag, and now it's just like super full. Look at that.
I haven't taken my hit tonight. Anyhow.
Yeah. I mean, all we're doing is bullshitting on stream. So that was fine. I don't give a fuck. I mean, but yeah, I mean, and not
You're
only
probably annoying the hell out of Robert. So.
Oh, is he asleep already?
Are you asleep already?
You just had a lot of natural psychedelics in the good old days. It was all natural. Yeah, ayahuasca was an example.
Okay, keep it down.
All right, yeah. That's why I keep the door closed.
All right.
All right, well.
Yeah, we're good enough.
A guest time with Papa Ignar. Ignar Papa. Yeah, so I was about to get into the whole summit situation when you arrived. So, yeah, well, I guess we'll go right into the news again. But I was going before...
As I jump back out the window, because I really don't give a fuck about anything he's about to say.
Well...
Any comments?
Any comments about that?
Nope, okay, whatever. Fuck all YouTube.
It takes a moment. It's a live stream. It takes like about 5 seconds for me to actually pop it here. Why do I have 2 of my streams popping up? Oh, I forgot to link the other video. Shit. Oops. Oh well. I'm gonna link all the videos I watch down below too. So.
Oh, dude, it was dope. So it went to like a hole in the wall. Oh man, I think I have their business card.
Even grab a business card.
I don't know if it's their exact business card, but I grabbed a business card.
Go in and out of window. I'd you want but what? Hold up, I gotta reread that again. Go in and out window. I'd you if you want. Oh, if you want, but yeah. Sounds like your autocorrect fucked with you, like it does with me.
What?
He was I think he was saying go in and out of a window if you want. And then it said but and cut off.
Dude, honestly, I love going through his window so much. Because it pisses him off. Because he always asks me why I don't use the door. And it's like, I just love the nostalgia of jumping through a window. Because even his neighbors look at me like, what the fuck is wrong with him?
Yeah. Yeah, whenever they're outside and that happens to be happening. Why? How high up is it? It's probably about 5-ish feet. So I can like pop my window right. Huh? Shit. What are you looking for?
That's for,
oh, your hat.
No, I was looking for this.
You're looking for. Oh my lord. I know. I had a feeling there was something.
Happens. I found my hat.
Yeah, I knew there. I felt like something was missing from the departure.
But yeah.
No, your window's not about. It's not that high.
You want me to prove it really quick?
It's not that high because I usually stand up on my bike and then jump in, or I hop sometimes.
You mostly just hop, but it's about 5 feet because all I can do is just hop it and I'm good. But yeah. Anyway, we'll get right into the news.
I like how most of your streams I'm hopping your fucking window.
That's true. Yeah.
No comment on the hair, just the window thing. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, he did get a haircut today, so I mean,
dude, it was so fucking cool. This is an old fucking shop too.
Oh, here we go again. See?
This was fairly incoherent.
What's very incoherent?
Krista.
Oh.
And she was just like, we gotta get rid of Bandit.
Ugh. Does she not know that he's staying?
No, and don't tell her that. But
yeah, I'm not saying anything. I just told her that Matt brought him back.
You know, I don't want to take him to a shelter or anything like that.
I don't think we were going to.
I want him.
I'm pretty sure he's going to stay here. Whether Mom realizes or not, I think he's going to just stay here. I think Mom just kind of is just so
into. Just like, we need to get rid of a cat, at least one cat.
Yeah.
And she was pretty incoherent because she wanted to make sure Robert washed her hands before the truck ran over him and bring him to him before noon tomorrow.
That's what she was saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
That's what I was thinking. She was kind of incoherent, but she's just like, she's pissed at Robert, anyway? So she's taking it out on his cat, which is staying here.
She's mad at Robert for some reason? What?
Not Robert, Matt.
Oh, well, he grabbed all of his stuff out, finally, and just left a cat. So, I mean, it's just like, what?
Yeah,
she's just, she doesn't want to get attached to it.
I feel real sorry for that cat. He's a really good cat, but...
Yeah, I mean, he was inside most of the day today. When I came on my lunch, I was hanging out with him for the most part, and he was just chilling. I mean, it's like his little turf...
When he first came here...
As
a
little
teeny kitty, but...
Yeah.
The second time, there was, like, lots of issues, but...
Warmed up pretty quickly after that.
He's adapted very well.
Now he's, like, readapted.
And I really like the guy, you know. He's a cool kitty. Reminds me a lot of a kitty that I tragically lost.
And me, too, in a way. I mean, I see a lot of Scooter's personality in him. Not everything, but I mean, in a lot of ways.
It's before you were born.
Well, I know you.
Called Pet Me.
Pet Me, yeah.
And he was like a Seal Point Siamese. Oh, this one's the snowshoe Siamese.
Little snowshoe bandit.
But I don't want him going to a shelter.
I mean,
just because she's mad at Matt.
Don't take it out on the animal that's in the middle of it.
Yeah,
I mean, that animal has no clue what the fuck is going on. Bandit's just literally... It's an animal just along for this ride of a bunch of humans going over it, you know...
Yeah, humans having issues. It's just, you know, like a kid in a divorce. You know, I'm just like... Keep them where they're comfortable.
Yeah, and Bandit's most comfortable here.
Our stream today is brought to you by this T-shirt, I Heart Girls with tattoos. This is what our stream is today. I Heart Girls with tattoos. Please buy
I love tattooed girls.
Oh, whatever. Same thing. I Heart Tattooed Girls. Wonderful T-shirt.
When they first came out with that, and back in the days before computers and the internet, they had these things that they were called magazines. I had
like Penthouse and Playboy.
Yeah.
I'll check out my
yeah.
Those are examples. I didn't have
this is an old school Portland man, I guess.
I got National Lampoon.
Oh. National Lampoon.
In fact, one of the most hilarious stories I read was called like 59 Vacation, which they made into a movie called National Lampoon's Vacation. It was a story out of the magazine.
Yeah.
But in the back they had an ad where you could buy these stickers.
Oh, I know what he's talking about.
And they first came out with the or like eye and
the eye and the heart.
The heart and whatever. You know, they're like, you know, it's supposed to mean love.
Yeah.
Know? I love my dog. I love this. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
whatever.
Pretty standard now.
But they had these little white stickers. They were all bumper stickers.
Yeah.
But it had a screw on it.
I screw.
So you could go and vandalize somebody's car by sticking this sticker. So instead of the heart,
it's a screw.
It'd have a screw. So it's like, I screw my dog.
Oh, I love it.
I screw this. I screw that.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my god.
Oh.
I love that.
I'm just like,
check that out.
That is perfect. Because when that first came out, it annoyed the crap out of me. It's
Anti-world,
just
the last days
hate
of
that.
Jesus.
You know, I heart this, I heart that.
Last days of Jesus, death drive.
Because I always said that, and it's like, oh, I heart my, you know, German Terrier.
I screw my German
Terrier. But you stick the sticker on, it's just like, I screw my dog.
I heart Huskies, and it's just like, I screw Huskies. It's like, oh god, no. Just no. It's like you go to like the Outback farms, and then you find a bumper sticker. It's like, you know, it's like, I love my horses, and then it's like you put the tatted sticker on that on just some random dude's farm, and then all of his farmer neighborhoods are just all like, what?
Oh,
why do you have a I screw my horses sticker? And it's like, what? It means I love my horses, not screw. What the fuck you tell? What the fuck? There's a screw on there.
Yeah, the people that.
Bandito, you're back.
We're ranchers and farmers never got
little snowshoe
bumper stickers like that. Just so you know.
Well, I mean, I've seen them around nowadays. I mean, probably not back then.
There was all these uppity, socialite, you know, type of people just like, oh, that's cute. I'm gonna get this. Yes.
Oh.
You could tell the type of person, you know, they're always like the rich liberals, just,
like with their bumper stickers.
People are just like, oh, I'm going to get this bumper sticker. I love my, you know, whatever. You know, they always had the name of the breed of the dog
or
you know,
getting super specific. I mean, I like bumper stickers, honestly, because, I kind of like the idea of just, like, figuring out a person based on their bumper stickers. Especially if they have, like, a lot of them. Like, they have, like, 50 bumper stickers on the back of their car. It's like, whoa, what's this all about? This guy's full of colors and traits, so let's check it out and, like, read every single one, see what it's all about.
Yeah, I like that. In fact, I almost got into numerous wrecks because I'm trying to read.
That's why I'm a passenger.
Like this guy has a billboard worth of bumper stickers.
Basically,
100 bumper stickers. I want to read them all. The weirdest one I read the other day was half liberal stuff and half conservative stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking, well, it's like having an Obama sticker and a Trump sticker.
Oh God!
That won't surprise me because there's
why?
That doesn't surprise me. That really doesn't surprise me because there's 2 times Obama voters who voted for Trump this election, and 11% of Democrats voted for Trump in general. So that actually doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. He's an obnoxious asshole, but he's
like going out of the North Korea summit, like I'm about to get into in a sec. even though Kim has been complying, like freeing 3 Americans, destroying a old site, nuke site. I mean, it didn't like 2 hours after he freaking they blew up the site.
Got put in your phone.
Oh yeah,
the
well,
art
sick.
of the deal.
The art of the deal. We just make them do their part and don't pay it back.
No,
I mean, there was even contractors who were contractors.
He's a businessman. It's about time we had a businessman.
We don't need businessmen in our. I mean, we need people who are like actually gonna take.
We need somebody that knows how to run an economy. Our economy was crashing, but it's doing good now. He's doing a good job. I hate the guy. He's an obnoxious jerk, but he's doing a good job. If I wanted to hire somebody to do a good job, even if I didn't like him, but if he did a good job, I'd hire him.
I mean,
personally, I can't stand the guy, but I think he's doing a good job.
Well, heard too much on this whole
economy is smoking. I mean, Obama tanked.
Oh, why is he using? He's just loving my litter box right now. What the fuck, Bandit?
Oh, he's got to mark his spot.
He's marking turf.
Oh my God!
Launch of deuces. Damn. What? Oh,
okay,
shit.
Andrew. Seriously, litter box.
Oh my lord!
Now, change.
Oh my God! I'm changing it tomorrow morning. Good lord.
No, you're gonna change it now. That's why you catch.
Into the developments here in the United States, there's been a surprise meeting on the Korean Peninsula. The leaders of North and South Korea came together last night.
Not the most appropriate thing to talk about right now.
Warmed back up to the idea of the June 12th summit with Kim Jong-un. And with that, we go to Greg Palcott in Seoul, South Korea. Hi, Greg.
Change your litter box. I mean,
hey, Leland. Yeah, taking place here this weekend. A possible important development in efforts to bring peace to this region. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and South Korean President Moon Jae-in meeting along the DMZ as they did just 1 month ago, this time on the North Korean side. The session lasting about 2 hours. We are told in addition to inter-Korean matters, there was a, quote, frank and candid exchange of views as to how to achieve a successful summit involving President Trump and North Korean leader Kim. That summit, remember, was basically canceled on Thursday by the White House and then revived on Friday. Saturday's meeting is seen by some experts here as the clearest signal yet that a June 12th Singapore session could be back on. This, again, amid reports that advance teams from both sides are heading towards Singapore. Now, South Korean President Moon met with President Trump this past Tuesday. There was some talk here that he was carrying a message from Trump to Kim, but also perhaps Moon, who has become a really important go-between for both sides, could have pushed Kim on Saturday to further commit to denuclearization. That, of course, is the core issue of any future talks with the North. Remember, this week we witnessed what the North claimed was the dismantlement of its one known nuclear test site in the northeastern corner of this country. That was seen as a goodwill gesture, but there were no experts on the ground to confirm this. I think, Leland, we can confirm at the very least there was a meeting between the North and South. There was handshakes, there were smiles, there were hugs. Perhaps that warm feeling can translate into a more important summit, maybe a little peace here. Back to you, Leland.
Right now.
Yeah, and we've seen so quickly how the peace and warm feelings can fall apart. Greg Palcott in Seoul, in South Korea, watching things.
Alright, well, I'm replaying that fucking shit. Oh my fucking Christ. Don't need to be fucking berated, but whatever.
In addition to the developments here in the United States.
So, I guess I mean, I know I have no idea what the fuck they were saying, but, you know, where, like, right here was the, facility that, was being, destroyed. Right there, like, boom.
Was the dismantlement
and it took and the whole trip that they took was like long. I mean, here there's anyway. I'll replay and see what they're saying. Yeah, I'll put it back down too. not even that fucking bad. Good lord. So melodramatic.
In addition to the developments here in the United States, there's been a surprise meeting on the Korean Peninsula. The leaders of North and South Korea came together last night. This after President Trump seemingly warmed back up to the idea of the June 12th summit with Kim Jong-un. And with that, we go to Greg Palcott in Seoul, South Korea. Hi, Greg.
Hey, Leland. Yeah, taking place here this week. Okay. In a possible important development in efforts to bring peace to this region. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and South Korean President Moon Jae-in meeting along the DMZ.
What was with that soldier dude, like, with sword, like, damn.
As they did just 1 month ago, this time on the North Korean side. The session lasting about 2 hours. We are told in addition to inter-Korean matters, there was a, quote, frank and candid exchange of views as to how to achieve a successful summit.
Yeah, so it looks like they met again to salvage the U.S. talks because Trump keeps fucking it up, not doing a good job.
Involving President Trump and North Korean leader Kim. That summit, remember, was basically canceled on Thursday by the White House and then revived on Friday.
And by the way, just for reference, that's the South Korean President Moon Jae-in right there.
Saturday's meeting is seen by some experts here as the clearest signal yet that a June 12th Singapore session could be back on. This, again, amid reports that advanced...
Fucking pudgy this Kim is. Like, oh my god. Like, let's just look how pudgy he is. I mean, also just look how upset he looks, too. I mean, you could tell he's not pleased with just how shit's going on. I mean, it's like, oh my lord.
Teams from both sides are heading towards Singapore. Now, South Korean President Moon met with President Trump this past Tuesday. There is some talk here that he was carrying a message from Trump to Kim, but also perhaps Moon, who has become a really important go-between for both sides, could have pushed Kim on Saturday to further commit to denuclearization. That, of course, is the core issue of any future talks with the North. Remember...
Well, I mean, they're not really... He's not really explaining much, so fuck this guy. We'll pull
We have this
out.
just into CNN. The president has just tweeted about North Korea. I'm going to quote his tweet here. He says the following: "We are having very productive talks with North Korea about reinstating the summit, which, if it does happen, will likely remain in Singapore on the same date, June 12th.
It's like, fuck this guy. He's not explaining anything.
And if necessary, will be extended beyond that date." There is that, and this. President Trump and his allies continue to press their unproven accusations that there was a spy implanted inside the Trump campaign.
What? Whoa.
And
what? A spy? What?
Accusations that there was a spy implanted inside the Trump. Beyond that date.
What?
There is that, and this. President Trump and his allies continue to press their unproven accusations that there was a spy implanted inside the Trump campaign. And both the White House Chief of Staff and President Trump's new in-house Russia investigation lawyer were turned away from a classified meeting on Capitol Hill because some lawmakers thought, understandably, it was inappropriate. This according to a congressional source. In other words,
you're taking too long to explain on this canceling. I would like to just...
Dear John letter, Trump to Kim.
It's a great phrase you coined.
It's, I mean, but, you know, both saying, hey, call.
Oh my god, I'm trying to look just for, like, the specific facts about it. I don't want to hear, like, people talking about the talking. This is why no one likes mainstream media, because fuck. Like, I look up news, and it just gives me all the bland bullshit. And it's just like, come on, I want to hear, like, some shit that actually is kind of important, instead of, like... Now I'm starting to get, like, scrolling down this page, I'm getting the same videos again. Like, God. YouTube's diluted itself. It's like, no, you gotta watch all of the videos on the first page. Oh, Ideology's live now. That's funny. It makes sense if they thought there was Russian collusion, they might implant a spy. Yeah, I mean... Actually, I might as well get into some like, at this point, it's kind of comical how much collusion, not with Russia, but just corrupt collusion that's going on in the whole Trump administration. Let me pull it up here really quick, because there is something. Oh, you want to hear something funny? If Trump cannot block you on Twitter, it's illegal for him now.
What?
Oh, I absolutely love this next story for so many reasons. Federal judge rules President Trump cannot block Twitter users from viewing his feed. says it violates the First Amendment. That's from Reuters. So U.S.
I love this picture of Trump, too, that he has in the corner. Look at this. It's perfect. It's so perfect. Just Trump, just in all the Twitters, all the Twitter birds just flying everywhere. Yeah, I think I talked about it last stream or the stream before, but I mean, yeah, that's just hilarious.
The corruption of...
Anyway, so... Yeah, the corruption that's just going on with with the whole situation and the investigations is pretty comical, and this will go into
the Trump team has reached comical levels. Take a look at this.
What's he playing?
Michael Cohen reportedly received secret $400,000 payment to fix talks between Ukraine president and Trump.
Ooh.
Jesus, man.
Damn.
They're not even close to subtle with it.
Yeah, so if you want to try to go Trump at his corruption, you go at him over this shit. Not this Russia! 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 Fucking Russia! Russians! Where are the fucking Russians? Yeah, you don't go about it like that. I mean, it ain't the fucking Russians.
Do that again, they'll fucking bitch slap you.
Russia!
That's it, I'm bitch slapping. I'm gonna bitch him right. I'm gonna bitch slap him right on stream. Stream, watch me bitch slap him.
Oh! It got me in the fucking eye. Fuck! I'm being
YouTube, don't watch this. He's dying. He's gonna die slowly. No, it's okay. Step out. Step out.
Whoa! Oh shit! I got mugged.
And YouTube says,
"Leave him alone, boy. Leave him alone."
Who the fuck said that?
Joe. He's the only one watching stream right now.
I thought Stefan was watching.
He was. Leave him alone, boy. Leave him alone.
Never. He's my best friend. We are closer than YouTube thinks. At this point, we're more like family.
At this point, yeah.
Listen, like I'm
glad I wasn't wearing what I was.
I'm one of the people who is ruthless in pointing out the corruption of Hillary Clinton.
What?
Nothing. Talk later.
They were at least smart enough to launder the money in certain
So really,
ways.
did they actually
like they would
do
it
like
through
that?
the Clinton Foundation, for example.
What do you mean?
So that there's at least some level of.
What?
Okay,
What?
Okay, why did you cut your hair, boy?
Who's asking?
The same guy.
God.
Just assume it's him until someone else pops in.
The reason I cut my... I've always idolized the 50s slicked back greaser haircuts. I've always wanted to do it. To me, I always wanted to have that 50s feel. So that's kind of why I cut my hair. And it's getting warm outside. And it's just... It's multiple reasons. If you just block me.
I'm not trying to block you. I wasn't.
I am trying to explain. You just want to block me. Okay.
I'm sorry, but I need to just add Bud to the pile.
Alright, what was the comment?
I'm the only one here for now. Yes.
For now.
Our friend Stefan was popping in, but I don't know if he'll pop in again.
Those people pop. The friends will pop in.
Yeah. He offered me a ride to go to the con last night, but I was like, no, dude, it's not even the point. There's no point. But everyone who can't have that hair. That's true. I mean,
fuck you! If it's all about who can pull it off. I think I'm pulling it off pretty well.
I'm so jealous. He's jelly. Oh shit, I forgot to add it.
Wait, what, so I'm guessing he can't pull it off.
Yeah.
If he's saying he's jealous.
Yeah, that's what he means. Like, some people can't pull it off. That's what he means. Like, but everyone who can't have that hair.
I know, it's sad though, because the hair...
I could probably pull that off.
I don't, nah.
Well, you know me with long hair all the time. It would be suddenly weird if I suddenly had short hair.
It would be weird. Just
what I actually want to do, what I want to do is when this hair gets long enough, is shave the sides here. That's it, just like right here. And
then so bad though.
No, it wouldn't. And then when my facial hair starts growing out, don't you dare. But I'm gonna have my hair pulled out on the back.
I agree with this YouTuber. No.
But.
No.
Hear me out, bitch.
No.
Hear me out.
No. Fake news. Fake news.
He's Trump. We got Trump. Yeah, but okay. I mean, that's a maybe, and that's probably not even gonna happen for a long time anyway. I want to see how my facial hair grows out before I even think about doing anything else with the hair. Because right now I'm just letting it grow out. I don't care how it looks right now. As long as it looks nice and it grows out decently, that's all I care about.
I can't believe Tyler's going to FurryCon.
Was he? Did he go today?
Yeah.
How did he?
He was trying to get me to go, and I was like, I got other shit that I need to do today.
Yeah. I mean, if my work really didn't fuck me over, I'd be going all 3 days. I'd be doing a stream there. There would be if you want to know what a furry is, Joe, you would be knowing right now if my work didn't fuck me. So. Yeah.
There were some people there last night. I was trying not to look. I was like,
because there was
because Logan was there. I know he would judge like a motherfucker about
looking at some hot tail.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, because there's females there, aren't there?
And then Tyler comes up to me. He's like, it's a tranny. I'm like, I don't care.
Dude, who gives... Yeah, I mean, there's going to be trannies, there's going to be gay people, there's going to be straight people there.
Fucking Logan was so fucking triggered last night.
What was his fucking dumbass idea thinking that he was going to go to FurryCon?
I don't know why he went. I honestly don't know why he went.
Yeah, because the dude is so fucking... he doesn't like furries at all, and when him and I used to be friends, he used to make poke fun at me about being a furry all the time, because I have fucking artwork all over my wall that has fucking furries and shit.
That's not YouTube appropriate, sir. Sir, not YouTube appropriate.
You wanna know what's not YouTube appropriate? Is my top one up there, because there's some titty bitties showing. The rest is okay. So fuck you.
Bitties.
Titty bitties, yeah. Some titty kitty bitties. Kitty titty bitties. Yeah. I mean, and I got these the last time I went to the con, and I was gonna want to put some more art up on my wall. I mean, I found one of my neighbors down the street has a bunch of shit that was for free outside, and they had this little portrait thing right here, and I was gonna put a little art piece on this thing. Have it a little nice piece of something set up. So it's just I mean, but for him to just go to there knowing the main reason I can only think of Lo wanting to go there is that he wanted to start some shit with some fucking furries or something because he doesn't like them, and he probably wanted to see.
No, I just want to be part of the group.
Yeah, I mean, he's willing to, suck up to the rest of the group, for social attention.
He was sucking up the power so hard.
Oh my god.
So hard.
He's so fake. That's what I don't like about it. It's now that I realize it, he really is
him
really
and
fake.
Stefan got into it hard.
Last night?
No, last night, but they've been having little spurts.
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, they've had their spurts before anyway.
That t-shirt I showed you with the Jesus dying and all that was fucking amazing with Hearst.
Yeah.
I saw Hearst today and I was like, yeah!
Yeah, I mean...
Dude, I didn't go to my regular haircut place because it's being... I'm like, fuck you guys. The bitch, stuck-up bitches working there, and I was like, you know what? They're hour and a half, and the way she said it was just so up. Hour and a half. I don't even want to work on your hair. You look like a scraggly. She just looked at me with the most utter disgust, and I was like, you know what? Fuck you. I wanted to say, fuck you, bitch.
Damn. I mean, yeah, I don't get people like that. People who are hairstylists, but they're expecting, to have the most uppity class of people to, to be going there. And then, you know, they get some scraggy person. They're like, oh, the trash has entered our service. Oh, God. And it's like,
God help you if you're not a hitcher. And it's like, fuck that.
It's like, oh my God. It's like, yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
Oh, the dude, when I was getting my haircut, he's like, are you mad? I'm like, no. He's like, then why do you have like this just flat, no expression? I'm like, I don't know. I'm kind of worried that I can't pull this off. Like, that was going through my mind as she's like shaving my head and like trimming it. I'm like, can I pull this off?
I mean, you're pulling it off pretty good so far. So I mean, there's this. I mean, I haven't had a freak out. Obviously, I'm just like, oh shit.
Well, watch Logan like get triggered and like start talking shit.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the big. I feel like the big bang of the situation might happen in Blues Fest sometime, because then I'm gonna have to be around him again for that. Because I mean, he's.
Oh come on, we gotta all get together for ZZ, man.
ZZ, yeah. When is ZZ Top coming in town?
Fuck, I think it's July.
July.
24th, I think.
Yeah, we definitely gotta get into to check that out.
I wanna go so bad, but Stefan's like, I feel like Stefan's gonna drop the ball, and none of us gonna go.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go to that. I mean, there was a couple concerts I was gonna go to, but I kind of dropped the ball on it too. So I mean,
I'm like, need to get on Stefan's ass about getting tickets for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get a ticket myself since I couldn't go to the con. So I mean,
it's like, I think he told me it was like.
Here, we can look it up. Let's just look it up. Let's look it up. ZZ Tap Tour.
They're playing at the Hillsborough fucking the Oregon State, no, the Washington County State Fair or some bullshit.
Alright, alright, let's see here. There's July 29th at Wichita, Washington and Woodinville. But I'm not seeing anywhere else, because there's California and then Paso Robles. Which is, in California.
Look up, or they're playing.
Alright, hold on. ZZ Top Tour 20, Portland. I don't know, let's check it out. Hillsborough, yeah, 2018. Let's check it out. Let's see.
I'm not.
July 28th on a Saturday. I don't know why that wasn't on their main tour thing. Was it seriously not? Or was I just not seeing it?
Probably not on there.
July 28th. Okay. Yeah, for some reason it's not on here, but okay. Well, yeah, they are playing though. Cool. Cool. That's awesome.
One of my all-time favorite bands, YouTube. ZZ Top, Motorhead, Heads Down.
Yeah. Yo, so we're gonna watch a thing on Joe Rogan.
Fuck Joe Rogan.
You don't even know who Joe Rogan is, do you?
I don't know. I don't care.
I'm already taking my hat. Shit, the hat actually looks good on you. God damn it. Oh, fuck, I forgot about the battery now that I just saw that. Oh, man. Yeah, well, this will be our last little thing, I think, and then we'll just call it a Goodsies Day.
Peace out, YouTube!
We're not peacing out yet.
Oh, fuck you.
Why is your phone way over there? Well, it's...
Ah, you marked my phone, bitch.
Sorry. Sorry. Oh, it's in my way. That should hold us off for a good little longer. Okay. That should be good. That should be good. So this is on psychedelics and how it just got here. You got here around the 1 hour mark, so you've actually been here for about 50 minutes.
Who, me?
No, Joe. Well, you have too. You showed up shortly. Like, everyone showed up at the same time. Like, Stefan came back, and then you showed up. And then you showed up shortly after they all showed up. And then my dad popped in and started talking. And then ranting and raving about a litter box that isn't even really that bad. I mean, good grief.
Have you looked into any of the connections between ancient religions and psychedelics, like any of the John Marco Allegro stuff?
Yeah, I did. I didn't go that deep into it. I went in deep enough to know that there are a lot of very serious scholars, Allegro is one, and Carl Ruck is another, and Gordon Wasson, the guy who kind of brought psilocybin to the West, who I write about at some length in the book, really believe that it was experience of psychedelics, which has been in culture for thousands of years. We know, whether you're talking about the Amazon or Africa, and that these experiences may have nurtured the religious impulse. You know, where do you get the idea of a beyond? Where do you get the idea of a heaven or a hell, if not from some altered state of consciousness? You know, people talked about visiting the underworld in Homer's time. So how did they do that? Was it dreams? Dreams don't have the authority that psychedelic experience has. There's something about psychedelic experience that has this. It's not just an opinion. It's not a fantasy. It's something real. It's objective truth. This is William James called the noetic quality of the mystical experience, and that certitude comes from psychedelics.
So critical situation here. Fuck me, man. Why did this have to happen? Yeah, I mean, you've had shrooms, right? I mean, yeah.
Down here just a little bit.
Huh? What's that? Oh.
Bring me up twice.
But yeah. But what's your what do you think about the whole psychedelics? I mean, because for sure, I mean, you know, for thousands of years, like,
I don't remember that much. I was high as a kite.
I mean, for a psychedelic experience, you think you remember a lot of it, though. I mean, because it's just such a crazy thing that your brain's going through, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's kind of why I want to try them at some point. I mean, not to, like, just experience it, but just because I want to, like, open up to...
It was fun. It was fun as shit.
I mean, I can imagine, dude. I mean, it was you... Tyler didn't take any, of course, because he's fucking skittish about it. And, but it was like you and Lo, right?
Yeah, me and Logan.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So, like, what were all you doing? Were you guys like at a forest or some shit, or like just at a place and just all in one spot? Okay, I think fuck all that. Landed on a chair.
No, man, we were just walking around town, just doing crazy shit.
Oh my god. Yeah, like what I would do, like for
all
me,
fucking night, dude.
Yeah, like, for me, like, what I would like it, like, for me, like, an ideal experience would probably be with my friends in a forest, but in, like, a controlled environment where there's somebody sober to keep track of all of us, you know what I mean? And then, you know, you have your one friend you're gonna have your trip with, and, you know, or, you know, my one friend, and, you have the trip with, and then, you know, yeah, I mean, that would be kind of like my ideal experience. I mean, and also just think about how psychedelics for tens of thousands of years have influenced humanity. I mean, even with marijuana, too. I mean, all these... And I remember one of my other watchers, Carl, was mentioning that there's at least like 1,000 different plants on alone that have traces of DMT in it. So, I mean, imagine, like, what our ancestors were doing with all these plants when they were having psychedelic effects with it, you know, and influencing, you know, what the spiritual were thinking about.
So, I was in the Hollywood district, right?
Huh?
And I accidentally ran into fucking, it's the 1 year anniversary of the Mac stabbing.
Oh, really? Wow.
And they put flowers all the way around the Mac stops and shit.
Oh, at the Hollywood station?
Yeah, they had like a big, fucking,
memorial?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, the Hollywood station has a lot of shit going down there. There's a lot of stuff that happens there. Yeah, and, yeah, I mean, but, yeah, I mean, I mean, what do you think about whole psychedelics as like a whole
Besides
thing?
that, doing pretty good.
I mean, because psychedelics is just such a interesting topic, you know?
It really is.
And so it seems totally plausible to me that at the very earliest stages of humanity, if people were indeed taking psychedelics, this might explain how they came up with these ideas.
Sweet.
There are other alternative theories, and it's not provable. I just don't know how we would begin to prove it, but it seems plausible.
Okay, I got most of it.
And the ancient Greeks had a psychedelic that they used, we think, they called it the kykeon, Kykeon, and they had an annual ritual ceremony, and it was the only time in the year where you could use this drug, and it was a ritual for Demeter and harvest or planting time, and everybody in Greek society did this, and people, it was secret. It was called the mysteries, the Eleusinian mysteries. And you weren't supposed to talk about it, but there's a few accounts around, and people talked about visiting the underworld, making contact with the dead, and Carl Ruck, who's a classicist at BU, says that was a psychedelic potion. We don't know what they were using, whether it was mushrooms or something else. The Greek use of drugs is very obscure. They only talk.
So I mean, even the Greeks, ancient Greeks, were having psychedelic drugs in their society. I mean, it was just for once a year from what it seems like, and as he's saying here, very obscure, because it seems like they held very high like religious standard with this particular herb, because they viewed it so sacred, essentially. I mean that's really amazing. Like, I mean, I didn't imagine like what in the Central Americans and Native Americans in North America were doing with ayahuasca and then DMT as well. I mean...
DMT!
Yeah, I mean... Someday I would actually like to go to, there's a place in South America where you can actually go to have a ritual with ayahuasca with an actual shaman. And it's really cool. I think there's some videos on there I can probably find into. That's a... ayahuasca. Let's see here. There's a Vice article on it. I think this might be it. Let's check this out really quick. So it gives similar it gives people a trip similar to LSD mushroom, and the mixture of two plants has been around for decades. Far longer than that, I'm sure. And now is used by people seeking an alternative, healing alternative.
In a town in the Tarragona province, once a month they organize a spiritual retreat where the objective is healing and the main therapy is taking ayahuasca. It's not only used in shamanism as a healing plant, but also by the scientific community
process
who investigates it for therapeutic purposes.
I'll pull it up on the big screen.
Anna's a shaman and has been in touch with the spiritual.
I'll go back really quick.
It's not only used in shamanism as a healing plant, but also by the scientific community who investigates it for therapeutic purposes.
It's pretty cool.
Anna's a shaman and has been in touch with the spiritual world throughout her life. She comes from a family of spiritualist women, and she started with shamanism 15 years ago, accompanying and helping all those initiating in ayahuasca.
Las personas se van a encontrar
I'll just let it keep playing.
familiar, cordial, humano. Creo que una parte
I'll speed up just a little though.
se pueda curar, hay una parte muy importante de humanidad, de que se les escuche y se les acompañe de verdad.
May is 33 years old and from Colombia. Today, he will try ayahuasca for the first time.
Mi intención con la toma de la ayahuasca es poder resolver temas del pasado, temas conflictivos,
personal issues that prevent me from enjoying better day-to-day life.
Y mejorar las relaciones familiares, que ha sido la causa que me ha traído.
In the United States, the active ingredient in ayahuasca is a controlled substance, but the drug has been approved for sacramental use by some religions. In Spain, due to a lack of clarity in the law, its use for therapeutic purposes or otherwise is permitted.
Nosotros creemos que la ayahuasca puede tener un efecto antidepresivo y que podría
This guy's a researcher.
En el tratamiento de depresiones que no responden a
treatments for depression.
En segundo lugar, no es una
non-addictive.
genere adicción.
This is where effects to
Frontal
cortex, insula,
a personas que tienen
and the
adicciones
hippocampus.
a sustancias como alcohol, heroína, cocaína, a abandonar estos consumos.
Todo esto se hace por un acto, primero de necesidad de
So they stay in a room like this.
Por unas grandes ansias espirituales interiores de encontrarse bien.
We just kind of skip a little bit and just kind of watch the process.
Te lo saca y te lo muestra desde otro punto de vista. Esto lo que hace es romper tu ego y ver lo que estás haciendo mal.
So they blow a tobacco leaf in your nose too, and you have to like essentially kind of snort a little bit, which just kind of helps start the process. And then yeah, it's just explaining it here. Blows it up your nose. Then you feel immediate purge essentially. Kind of wish I could skip that part, but I'd do it if I was going through this. Looks like they're smoking some ganja too on top of that. And that's the ayahuasca right there that they're drinking. So it's a drink that that's all you have to do. Is just drink it.
Empezaron a bombardearme imágenes y personas, sobre todo personas de la familia. Las chicas, las asistentes que nos han acompañado, se convirtieron en personas de mi familia y personas que van a ser con las que tengo una carga. Sabía que venía de ellos.
You hear some people crying because, because of how strong, the trip is for them.
No digo malo, solamente duro.
And the guy they were mentioning earlier, this dude, I don't know what his name was, I forgot. May Gregory Pinion. So he was saying that it wasn't a bad trip, but it was difficult. Which, I mean, sounds about right, you know what I mean? Because it does this, I don't, trips only end up really bad if you make it, it seems like, for a lot of the case. And are you really going to, oh my god.
I'm gonna lay out because my back hurts.
Mine does too, I know that pain.
I've been carrying my backpack with my leather jacket in it all day.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, psychedelics are fascinating. I mean, I have a respect for them a lot, that's for sure. I mean, I'd like to, I'm going to go back to the psychedelics influencing religion, because it goes in a little more. And then after this, I think I might wrap it up. Going on 2 hours.
But the way they describe what wine did to you, there was clearly something added to it, that they were adding other plant drugs to their wine. Because they would have these tiny little glasses and they'd take these big trips. So we don't know what it was. Yeah.
Tiny glasses of wine.
Tiny glasses. And they were very careful about when you used it. And people would completely lose control. And it was just like, no, this isn't wine. This is something else. Yeah, it is.
Some sort of a psychedelic from grapes? Or added to it?
Well, I mean...
We don't know.
Some people, Albert Hofmann, who discovered LSD or invented LSD, he thought it was ergot, that they'd figured out a way. Ergot is a fungus that grows on grain, and it was the precursor chemical to LSD comes from ergot, and ergot is responsible for episodes of mass delirium in European history. You get a really wet year, the ergot grows on the rye, people eat bread made from it, and they go crazy. Some people think the Salem witch trials came after a wet year.
That even people thought in a lot of the Salem witch trials it was due to ergot, or what this fungus was, because people were going crazy because of bad crops essentially. So it wouldn't surprise me if a culture knew about it and was able to essentially harness this fungi and to use it for religious and sacred purposes, which is so cool. I mean, that's why I have such a fascination with psychedelics, man. It's awesome.
People had absorbed, these women had eaten ergot and were having visions and things like that, which was interpreted as witchcraft, which to them was a very...
I thought they were saying that the men had absorbed it and thought they were under spells.
Oh, maybe that too. I just
probably everybody's tripping.
Yeah,
everyone's tripping. Yeah, seems like the Salem witch trials in general, where it's just everybody was tripping. Yeah, I mean, this also just kind of stems with the whole drug war thing, because I mean, you're not going to be able. I mean, when it comes to psychedelics, I mean, if you really did legalize and tax and regulate that, I mean, it would be so safe, and people will probably be able to have options of alternative healing, like with the ayahuasca we were watching earlier, where he was choosing an alternate healing path instead of conventional methods. So I mean, because people do want that option, and even recreationally, people just want to trip, just because they want to trip. That's fine too, you know. I mean, free will, bitch. So I mean, yeah, I think it's definitely going to start with marijuana, and then hopefully maybe mushrooms and other psychedelics will be next, and then from there, other drugs go down the path. I mean, it's a snowball effect. I mean, it's just going to get bigger and bigger, man. And hopefully it continues to go on there, on that path. And someone else is here. Oh, boy. Show yourself, whoever you are, you mysterious man.
So, anyway, so the thinking is, if you just eat ergot, you're not going to be. You could get gangrene. It's not a clean chemical, and but the thinking of Gordon Wasson and Carl Ruck, and they were collaborators on this theory, was that the Greeks perhaps had figured out a way to derive a purer chemical from ergot that could be made into something very much like LSD. But again, nobody has succeeded. And they've tried for the last 20 or 30 years to take ergot and make something, through simple processes that the Greeks could have mastered. So it may have been a mushroom. There's a lot of psychedelic plants out there. It's one of the mysteries of evolution that, DMT is like coursing through the plant world.
Yeah, thousands of plants.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they just mentioned that DMT courses through thousands of different types of plants, and I was just mentioning that earlier because one of my other followers was mentioned that to me too, and I didn't doubt that at all. I mean, for sure. I mean, and yeah, I mean it's just pretty amazing. Oh, he left. He did not show himself. How dare he? But that's okay. We're near the end anyway.
So. I do find it plausible that there's some links between psychedelics. I think psychedelics have influenced cultural history at various points along the way, and one of those may have been to kind of nurture this religious impulse. But again, it can't.
Well, that little segment ended. Darn. Then I go back to bed, and then I wake up a little wonder, then I Ignar, and then it was Dream, and who else was with me? I'm not alone. You're definitely not alone, and there was someone else, but, yeah, person left. But, yeah, I'm near the end, because I gotta, get sleep. He's already asleep on my bed. And, yeah. So, psychedelics, man. It's dope. It's cool shit. Hopefully someday I'll be able to, experience a psychedelic myself. Someday, but... if I did it now, I'll be like, whoa, what the fuck, what am I doing? Sure, you got to sleep. Yeah, and I know you need to too, because I know it's like 4 a.m. where you're at now, so. Anyway, I'll cut you loose, and for anyone else who's staying here after the stream, then cool. And I'll see everyone else later. Got up 3 a.m., fuck boy bitch. Damn straight. Because you knew I was on. You knew I was on, you needed to experience. Not the finger. And don't worry, it's the thumb now. Yeah, that's right. Peace out.